Traer a, traer a. Sometimes you will use a. Sometimes you don't need a. Okay, the letter A, this one right here. A in Spanish, a, a. Do you remember the vowels in Spanish? A, E, I, O, U. That's very important to know, to remember and to learn. Traer, traer a or just traer. So what does it mean? This means, let's see what it means. To bring, to bring. So if you're bringing something to a place, you can use the verb traer. If you're bringing someone to a place, you can also use the verb traer. For example, let's look at some examples. ¿Puedes traerme un vaso de agua? ¿Puedes traerme un vaso de agua? What does this mean? You know what agua means, right? Agua, when you feel thirsty, you need agua. So agua, by the way, el agua. It's a masculine noun. Okay, so the meaning of this question is, can you bring me a glass of water? Okay, so this is very basic, something useful to learn for sure. If you need some help, if you're at home and you need a glass of water, you know, maybe it's an emergency, you need just some water, you can ask this, of course. Puedes, this is informal, by the way. Puedes is informal. If you want it formal, it's puede without the S, okay? And then we have to change also the verb, but we'll talk about it in a sec. Puedes. This is amazing because that word means can you, okay? In a question, okay? If it's not in a question, then it means you can. Puedes hacerlo. You can do it. Okay? So, interesting. Puedes, can you, traerme, we have the verb traer here, traer, and then the reflexive pronoun me, traerme means bring me, okay? Me means me, traer means bring. Un means a vaso. Remember, the V sound in Spanish is similar to the English sound B as in bell. So vaso, vaso. If you say vaso, I mean, they will understand you. You know, Spanish speakers will understand you. But if you want to nail the pronunciation, then you have to say vaso, vaso. Vaso means glass, okay? De, of, agua, agua, water, okay? Some people can also say con agua. Vaso de agua or vaso con agua. It means the same, glass of water, okay? So interesting. That's very interesting. So if you want to ask this politely, if you are, for example, at a restaurant, right? You can ask politely, puede traerme. Actually, we are going to leave the verb the same because you're saying bring me, right? Puede traerme un vaso de agua. And don't forget to say por favor. And that means, can you bring me a glass of water, or could you bring me a glass of water? You're being polite here, okay? This is formal, and the previous one was informal. Puede, formal, puedes, informal, okay? So this is a good one. This is a good one for sure. Traer, we see it there. in the example. So remember that. Traer means to bring. Now, we do not have a, okay? We do not have a in this question right here after traer. We're not saying puedes traerme a, okay? We're not using this letter here. That's because you don't need it there, and you'll see. I'll explain to you when you need it. Let's look at the next example using the verb traer. Okay. Ella traerá a su amiga a la fiesta. Ella traerá a su amiga a la fiesta. Fiesta sounds fun. Fiesta. Okay, so this means she will bring her friend to the party. So if you are talking about a place, you're bringing someone or something to a place, then you need a, traer a. In the first example, we're just asking for someone to bring us a glass of water. We're not saying to certain location, right? So if you have to add a location, then a is necessary. Okay, just like in English, to bring something to, okay? To is similar to a in this situation. Okay, so let's break this down. Let's see how this example works. Ella, you don't need to say ella. You can say traerá a su amiga a la fiesta. But if you want to be very specific, because it could be, him, he will bring his friend to the party, or she will bring her friend to the party. So if you want to be specific, you can say ella. Ella means she. She traerá. We have the verb traer right here, the one that we're learning. Traerá. Traerá is future tense, and it means will bring. Ella traerá. We have we add a, which is similar to saying to in this situation. Su means her and also means his. Okay, so that's why if you want to be specific, you can say ella. Okay, ella. Su in this situation means her. Amiga means friend, female friend. Amigo, male friend. Okay, so we need to know the difference. Amiga, friend. Oh, well, we have double a here. A la fiesta. So why do we have two? First, we're talking about a person. So it's also traer a when talking about a person, a particular person. You can use a in that same situation. You could say ella traerá a su amiga. Okay, so you are saying that this person will bring a friend. Okay, so a is necessary here when talking about people as well. And then we have another a because we have a location. So either way, if you're gonna bring someone, you will need a. Okay, traer a. If you are talking about a location, then you need another a, okay? Traer a, la fiesta, okay? If someone can say, voy a traer a mi papá a la cena, okay? So we have double a here. So for example, let me just change this to something else. Voy a traer, oh, by the way, a la is like similar to the, and then fiesta, party. Okay, so You could say, you could keep it simple, right? If you want to give more information, of course you can, but ella traerá a su, this can change to papá, means dad, okay? Or padre, padre means father, but it's too formal. So papá is more common. Ella traerá a su papá a la cena. Okay, so she will bring her father or dad, sorry, dad to the dinner. Okay, it could be at a restaurant. You're going somewhere to eat dinner, essentially. So we have a location and we have a person. So in those situations, you need a, traer a, and then you can use, of course, a to refer to the destination. A and a. Okay. So this is very interesting, very interesting. This one, the first example is a bit simpler, you know. You're just saying, can you bring me a glass of water? In the second example, we can see that it's a bit more complex. You're talking about someone and you're talking about a destination. So just keep that in mind. That is very important when using the verb traer. Now, if you're asking, who are you going to bring to the party? You can also need a. You start the question. You start off by saying a. ¿A quién traerás? ¿A quién traerás? Traerás. This is a very interesting question because essentially you're saying, who are you bringing to anywhere, you know, to a party or to a dinner? By the way, you need an accent mark right there. So, ¿a quién traerás? Who will you bring? Who, right? Your dad, your friend, your family, etc. So this is, you can see here again, okay? And also traer, okay? A quien is also used this two words right here. It's commonly said when asking, who will you do something with, or, you know, it's not necessarily that you need traer in the question, but it's common to say a quién and also traerás, traer. You need to use the verb traer sometimes, so that's also good. But for example, I could say a quién quieres? Who do you like? Okay. So it's important to know these things, these little details. ¿A quién? ¿A quién? You're referring to who. So you don't know who, you want to know who do you like or who will you bring. Okay, so this is something interesting. The usage of a in Spanish is very interesting for sure. So a works with the verb traer when talking about people and when talking about destinations. Of course, of course. Okay, excellent. Remember, traer means to bring, to bring. Awesome, awesome.